After my husband died of an overdose, I felt broken. And through grief therapy, I began to untangle all the complicated feelings that came losing him to such an unexpected death. But then I added into my therapy toolbox, I added in trauma therapy, which has been really quite instrumental in helping me move past the pain that the years leading up to his death had caused me. And I hadn't really understood the impact of living with someone with a substance use disorder and a mental health disorder until I did this work. I understood that I was sad about his death, but I didn't understand that the years of living with a person struggling with substance use and loving someone struggling with such a disorder, I didn't yet understand the damage that it had done to me. I just thought I was a broken person who couldn't cope with life, and that I was a terrible person for being so angry and so anxious, and really just a mess. But my years in trauma therapy have helped me really switch that mindset, and really understand that I am the way I am because of what happened to me. And what happened to me was really awful. Living with someone who's struggling with substance use disorder is a really, really challenging and terrifying time. So it makes sense that I feel like a mess afterwards. So one of the best things I've done for myself, in addition to grief counseling, has been the trauma therapy, to really do the work to untangle all those complicated feelings and do the work to understand what happened to me and how it's caused me to behave in the way I behave, and to begin the work of rebuilding myself and freeing myself from the pain of the trauma that I lived through. So if you yourself are grieving someone who's lost their life due to overdose or suicide, I would highly recommend that you really turn up your self compassion for yourself, and give yourself a giant hug and a lot of love for what you've been through, what you've endured, and what you've coped with, and that you're still here. Um, that's a really big accomplishment. And standing by someone and loving them through the nightmare that they lived through is a journey that not everyone has been on. And it's really, really hard. Um, but doing the work to start to understand how that trauma has played out in your life and how you can navigate the world a bit differently now has really been so instrumental to me.